Hey everybody, good morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. As you know, I'm Lianne Russo Liddell, Associate Broker and Realtor with Occasio Realty, and today I am here with Will Nobles. He is a remote coach at Practice, and Will is a fitness coach that helps individuals progress through a journey in exercise and nutrition that is catered to their specific needs. So thanks so much for joining me, Will. I'm really excited that you're here. So let's just dive right in and get to know a little bit more about you and your business. So tell me a little bit about your business and how you got started.
My business is individual coaching. I write programs, fitness programs for clients based on an assessment and a deep consult where we explore their goals, their motivations for exercise and for coming to me, any injuries that they have. We really dig deep into the individual aspect of their fitness journey. And I also offer nutrition coaching in the same way.
Okay.
So the, the exercise and nutrition prescriptions are always unique to the individual. I got into this business 2 years ago. I'm 35 and I started my own journey into exercise and nutrition at 18. I was a senior in high school and I had gained a little bit of weight and I wanted to see if there was anything that I could do to remedy that. So I spent a lot of time in my local bookstore and I found a book that was kind of a bodybuilding book
Hmm.
that had me exercise 6 days a week and eating small meals every day, really what we would call now clean eating.
Sure.
And I've been on a journey. That's been my passion. And I was working out at a gym, at a CrossFit gym a couple years ago, and one of the coaches approached me and asked me if I wanted to be a coach. And it's something that I had never really considered as a career path or anything to
Sure.
do for work. But I thought, yeah, I know quite a bit at this point, and there's a lot that I could share and help people navigate what is sometimes a really complex um, is really complex terrain.
It is very
Nutrition
complex
and
terrain.
eating, yeah, eating right and exercising. They sound so simple and they are relatively straightforward, but beneath the hood, there's a lot of mechanisms, kind of like how a clock works, you
Okay.
know. So that's my job is to know the inner workings of that clock and give the user or the client something that they can manage um, in a relatively simple way.
Awesome. I like that you can break it down a little bit for people because I think we're kind of bombarded with, Atkins and keto and, intermittent fasting and like all these things, but I don't think that they necessarily take the individual into account. So I really like that you take that individualized approach. Like for me,
Yeah.
yeah, 6 meals a day would probably be good, but I have a 2.5-year-old running around. I'm lucky if I get, a banana and then I have a headache at 4 o'clock and I'm like, why do I have a headache? It's like, oh, because I didn't eat anything all day.
Yeah.
So, trying to um again, taking those tailored approaches, I think is really cool that you do that. Um, so given all that, I mean, what are some of the goals that you have for this next year? I know obviously COVID has changed everything, but since we can do great things like this with Zoom and, various video tools, what are some things that you're looking forward to or trying to work towards?
Well, I'm a relatively new coach. As I stated before, I got started coaching group fitness classes 2 years ago, and I've really only been doing personal coaching for a year,
Okay.
actually a little less than a year. And I coach individuals remotely through an app called
Oh,
True
cool.
Coach. I really like it. It's got a lot of awesome features to be able to provide somebody um, a very similar experience to what they would get if they had a personal trainer. They can
Hmm.
submit videos to me, and videos to them. We can look at their form, etc. They give me feedback on the workouts that I write for them that they access through the app each week. So I really like that. But I am new, so my goal for the next year is to get more clients, more people to coach.
Sure, get the word out.
And yeah, just continue building because I learn a lot from the clients as well. So I'm also practicing.
Sure.
But yeah, that's my goal for the next year is to acquire just a few more clients.
Okay. Now, follow-up question to that. Do you recommend that people have access to a physical gym, or can they do some things at their house?
That's one of the really neat features about individual coaching or individually designed programs and nutrition prescriptions is that they don't need to have a gym necessarily.
Cool.
Now, if somebody came to me and said, I want to train to be an Olympic weightlifter,
Of
but
course, they
I
can't
don't
use
have
the 8-pound dumbbells at Target.
there would be a problem there.
Sure.
But we have the ability to adapt
Okay.
quite a bit.
Cool.
It's one of the things that we were able to do with my clients earlier in the year when a lot of people had to leave the gym due to the shutdowns. I was able to rewrite their training. A lot of us were doing body weight training there for a while until people started getting their hands on some equipment, and then they would update me on what equipment they now had access to, and then I could write more robust programming for them. So yeah, I do have the ability to adapt
Cool.
to their specific, and they don't necessarily need a specific equipment, but it does depend.
Sure,
on the goal.
obviously. Yeah, obviously, if you want, like you said, to be the Olympic weightlifter, you're probably going to need more robust equipment than somebody that, maybe just wants to improve their heart health or something.
Yeah, we're not gonna train for the Tour de France if we don't have a bicycle.
Yeah.
So,
Darn, my hopes are dashed. Well, very cool. On more of a personal note, what are some of your favorite things to do in Phoenix and within like our neighborhood in particular in Madison Groves?
oh, I love all the restaurants. I really do.
Yeah, we do live in a
That's
really
one of the
great
things
part
that
of town.
we do. And I've had the opportunity to travel a little bit around the country, and then also to a couple of places around the world, and I realized that um, we have just as good to offer in terms of I think hope nobody from New York will get mad at me for saying this, but I think we have just as good of pizza. Our chefs out here that make New York style pizza as the chefs in New York, or the Neapolitan style pizzas, I think rival what I found in Italy when I went. So um, we've got a lot of great restaurants, and that's one of my favorite things to do out here. I'm also, I think we all are as Phoenicians, really fortunate to have so many trails and mountains so close
Absolutely.
by.
Hmm.
I, I can walk down the street and get on the Dreamy Draw and go for a hike in the Phoenix Mountain Preserve,
Yeah.
and that's really I like to get out there on the weekends, and I'll either bike ride or go for a hike and listen to a podcast or just clear my thoughts. So those are two really great things: the outdoors and the restaurants.
Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Do you have like a favorite restaurant that you like the most? It's hard to pick just one. I can never answer that question personally. So,
Yes, I do. Yes, I
okay.
do, and I'm gonna give them a shout out. I love, love, love the breadfruit and rum bar.
I
It's
have been there
downtown.
once.
It's
It was really good.
It is my happy place. I feel like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese every time I go in there.
That's
Seriously,
awesome.
we only go. Yeah, we go on special occasions, like birthdays or a really we decide to do. My wife and I decide to do a really nice dinner date. We'll go there, but it is my favorite place, hands down.
What's your favorite thing
Anybody
on the
that's
menu
watching,
there?
please. I just always get
All
the
of it.
jerk chicken.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
do.
that. That's what
I
I had. It
go
was
the
fantastic.
Yeah, it is. We'll get plantain chips for an appetizer, and then all the rum drinks. Not all of
Not
them,
all
but
of them.
yeah. Yeah. What I mean to say is that they're all good.
Okay, nice. I like that. Well, we'll have to try to check it out again. So we just normally have been doing takeout, but I'll have to go over there and get some takeout. So because it's been a long time since
Yeah,
I've been there. It's been about 5 years since I've been there.
yeah,
Yeah, cool. Well, that's awesome. I'm excited to check it out again and get some yummy jerk chicken. Um,
yeah.
so I mean, you mentioned trails. You mentioned biking, hiking. What else do you like to do when you're not working?
Oh, let's see. I'm kind of a homebody, so there's a lot that I like to just do at home, like kick my feet up on the couch and watch Netflix or something like that. I think I'm like a lot of people in 2020, in and out of quarantine.
Sure.
So I've learned quite a bit. You know, what else do I like to do in my free time?
It's hard to think about that question
That's
sometimes, isn't
that's
it?
Yeah, I mean, I will say I like to work out myself. I really like going to the gym or being outside and
Sure.
riding my bike. Doing something physical is always part of my day, my week. So I like to move when I'm not working. And we've got two um, furry children. We've got a cat and a dog. They're always funny to play with around here and see what kind of trouble they're getting into.
Mischief they get
So
into. Sure.
yeah,
Right on.
yeah, just keeping it simple.
Well, thanks for sharing with me, Will. I appreciate that. As far as, your business is concerned, is there anything, exciting going on or coming up that you want people to know about?
Hmm. Nothing out of the ordinary. I am continuing to hone my skills as a coach as I develop, um, and I'm building uh, more value with inside of my coaching business
Hmm.
with the I'm able to offer clients through the True Coach app. Like I can, I've got a network of people that I'm starting to build contacts with, physical therapists,
Oh, cool.
nutritionists that I can send to, if there's something that's outside of my scope that they need help with,
That's
if
very
it's an
cool.
injury or yeah, or if they want to get their body fat measured and they're really dialed in on their nutrition, I have the ability to send them to folks like that. So
Cool. Well,
that's
that's
something that
definitely
I'm
that's a good value add for people too, that you can connect them with the right people. Because I also think that can be overwhelming too. If you're like, hey, I have this old, shoulder injury or something, and it can be overwhelming to try to find somebody. So that's great that you can offer that. I really like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Very cool. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thank you, Will, for talking to me. And all of Will's contact information will be below in the interview. And again, I'm Lianne Russo Liddell, Associate Broker and Realtor with Occasio Realty. And it was great to talk with Will Nobles here, a remote coach at Practice. So if you have any questions, let us know. And if you have a business and you want to be featured, go ahead and reach out to me as well. So thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks, Leanne. Thank you, everybody.